Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today is Boxing Day and it's the it's about 8:05. We're out for a walk. It was dark when I left the house. By the time I've got up here, dusk was coming up. The police turned up as I was walking. They were looking for someone. I don't know who or what, but they seemed to be sort of in a bit of a hurry. They weren't just driving around. Okay, what's I got to do with price of fish? Well, let's go down, have a walk round the roundabout, and then go home for breakfast. We'll walk round the wood. Alright, come with me. Right, so what happened? I've got my torch with me. I don't think I'm going to need it. Here they are, here. I've got my torch, and I've got my torch, and I don't know what they're doing. I did say the police were around, didn't I? I did. Don't know what they're doing. They're looking for someone, and it isn't me, because they've already been past me twice. Oh, that's a different police car. That's a petrol. They're definitely looking for someone. Yeah. That's two. They were over that way, and I thought nothing of it. I didn't really think too much of it. But obviously, this torch is not very good. I think the batteries gonna add. Well, it was just for going into the wood when it's still dark, but I don't think it's going to be that much of a problem. I don't think so. Right, so the video I did yesterday, we're going to go over that way. I wonder who they're looking for. That's just what I started thinking. I might wind up meeting them, and I don't want to. There's a guy over there. Looks like a dog walker. The video I did with about Helen Joyce. It's like, why do I keep going on about this? Well, you know, I'm getting the views, so... Oh, there's the sunrise. I'm getting the views. Now, what I did think this morning, I was going to drive somewhere. And we'll see the sunrise. And then I thought, well, I had about 5 pints yesterday. And quite a few... it was, that's, what is it, Bailey's. So, it's probably better to not bother driving today. Well, I could have done later on, you know. I could have done. You never know, we might get some trucks. I doubt it somehow, but so the video I did yesterday, I did the walk, the normal walk, and so I took a segment out of it about these gender critical feminists. There's quite a lot for me for a video. There's like 215 people watched it, which for my channels, for a video, you know, a short, you'll get thousands of views, yeah, but a video, that's not bad, you know, 215 views, and I get all the dislikes. I don't know if that does my channel harm. and it's, so I get like 5, 6, 7, 8 like dislikes, and that's because they don't like what I'm saying. It's not, that's basically, you know, it's just like, well, is that my audience? Well, they don't like what I'm saying. And this guy sent me a message this morning, which is quite clever. He said he thought at first it was satire until I turned around. But, you know, to be fair, the whole thing is ridiculous. You know, the whole gender critical feminism thing it should be satire. You know, it is a lot of shit. So he was right to say that. You know, because it is a joke. You know, when we've got so many problems that we need to worry about, you know, got so many problems, and we choose a battle about toilets. It's pathetic, you know. It is, really is. It'd been better if I'd actually gotten out when I first thought of this idea, because I had sugar on it this morning. I should have just went straight out in the dark. Do you really want to do that? So it is satire, because the whole thing is a joke. You know, we're supposed to be moving forwards, you know, and to me, I think these gender critical feminists are moving backwards. They're choosing, so they want to go backwards. There's lots of things that are better. Oh, look at cars. Cars were better backwards. I think we should, there's some things we should go backwards with. But God, the creatures are noisy, aren't they? Jesus. Fuck. They're all making a lot of noise. See, I quite like this side of things. It doesn't have to have trucks in it, you know, to make it an interesting video. I think it's the ground has hardened up a bit. Yeah, it must have been colder. Yeah, well, of course we are at 8 o'clock and 8:15. So maybe the ground is sort of getting towards a more sort of freezy type thing. Does that make any sense? I don't know, I haven't looked at the forecast, but is it supposed to get colder? Yeah, so the whole thing is a joke. Yeah, and I'm a joke as well, and it's like, fuck it, yeah. If it makes people laugh, and I'm fucking happier for them to watch it, you know? Because it is a fucking joke, right? It absolutely is. A lot of shite. There's mad women, like, they practice hypergamy, and this is just them practicing hypergamy. Like, when they start this shit, they want men to fight for them. Well, what the fuck are they doing for the men? Fuck all. Taking them to court, accusing them of RAPE, divorcing them, taking their children off them. You know. So that's an example of how things have changed, and the whole thing's went tits up, and then you want men to go and fight for you because some fucking man with a dress is popping into the toilet or something. Really? Do it yourself. You know, fucking fight them yourself, you fucking silly cow. If you're so worried about it. And people out walking their dogs. Yeah, it's satire. It is. We could do it differently today, but yeah, we could. I'm not too confident with this torch. Well, it is getting brighter. Well, certainly, there's lots of different ways you can do this walk. You know. But it's still a bit muddy here. It's funny, it seems softer here. Slightly lower down towards the sea level. Maybe just more people walked on it. So I don't know if I want to do another video on that. I can't go on about it much more. I think I've said as much about it as can be said, you know. I just think they're all idiots. Like Graham Linehan, he's an absolute idiot. Absolute idiot. And his daughter knows that. Because women, like modern women, are not stupid. You know. Oh, it's fucking, there's not much light with that. Jesus. It's crap. Just as well, I don't really need it now anyway. Yeah, get that charged up. The whole lot of them, Graham Linehan, Maya Forstater, J.K. Rowling, she's the worst one. So they're getting into bed with these radical lesbians, even though they're rejecting the patriarchy. Because the patriarchy, I said to this woman yesterday, she was going on about the patriarchy, I says the patriarchy protects you. It protected you, but you're rejecting it. But you're not rejecting the protection. And they think it's funny. It's not funny. It's them that's stupid. That light went. That light was on. Now it's went off. The timer has just timed itself. Isn't it? That light that was up there. So this is the Bannockburn, people. We can walk along here and go across. I think I'm walking down the other side. It's actually a bit rough. This path was closed to the public. I don't know if I've tidied it up. The Bannockburn. It'll keep flowing away long after I'm gone. And everyone else. The burn, well, I imagine it will. The burn doesn't care. I wonder how long this burn's been here, the Bannockburn. I've never seen it for thousands of years. Or is it to do with our farming infrastructure that it changed? You know, like we might have diverted water because of the fields and, you know, the crops and everything. Maybe aye. Oh look, it's looking quite, it's looking not bad. They've cleared it all away. And we have obviously the foliage has died off because of the time of year it is. What the hell's that? Well, that's that stuff, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, oh, generally, you can see a wall there. The whole place is a bit... They just do a bit... They have actually done something. They have cleared it. Pretty sure they have. Because we wouldn't normally been able to walk along here. They might have cleared it in the summer. It is getting a bit... Well, I don't know if they did. Oh shit, I'm getting caught up with everything now. Right. You just said they cleared it and then... Well, of course the rainwater lands on top of these bushes and forces them down. Yeah, so... That's Ladywell Park over there. There's the dog walkers. There. Dog walking. Walking the dog. Right. It's a bit of a kind of strange, you know, a different environment, isn't it, at this time in the... Well, not necessarily it's because of the time, it's because it's Boxing Day. Put that in the fire. Is it worth coming along here to pick it up? No, not really. Go for the low hanging fruit, as they say in the trade. The low-hanging fruit. That bit's a bit worn, and we come out into the open ground. That tree has fallen down slightly, somewhat. Tall people, watch out. 5'7", okay. No, 5'7" lot are fine. Oh. Yeah, so the whole thing is satire, and it's the argument about that. It's just pathetic, really. You could say, well, why are you getting engaged with that? Well, I suppose that's a good point. You know, it's a good point. On Donaldson 1959, 2022. So slightly wet. Let's go, let's keep going. I was going to say let's go to the roundabout, but... Well, Christmas Day was alright. I don't really want to say too much about it. It would be oversharing, wouldn't it? Yeah, don't say. It was alright, yeah. Basically, if you're going to have... You're never ever going to always be with people who are completely on the same page as you. You know, so there is forces at work. So other people aren't happy with you. It might be they think you're stealing resources from them. It's a threat. You know. God, look at all that wood there. I could be a threat to some people, in a weirdest sort of way, yeah. I mean a threat as in, I'm going to go away with all the mince pies or something. And it's just how pathetic people are. So Christmas and New Year, I think the world has to have these narcissistic people around for it to function. So that's why we came down yesterday. We walked down there in our walk. So we've done it slightly different today. I did think about going up there and going round, but I'm sort of thinking about it. Don't really want to do that. I think we'll just walk round the roundabout. I tell you what we'll do. We'll go under the Thunder Bridge and walk along over to Pernhall Road. I kind of nearly did that. Well, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I might do that. Maybe. So, yeah, I like doing these videos where I'm talking about a specific subject. There has to be specific interest. I can't really think anything new I've got to say about that situation. I mean, the thing with the Sandie Peggie thing is that they keep coming at, like, there was faults with the judgment and like spelling errors or something, like that type of thing. So they keep reporting on that, and it's like, well, you know. So that sort of indicates that the people that are making a big deal about that lost. So it's been very much portrayed by the media, as you'd expect with the media. So you really need to get into the guts of it, you know. So people they get pushed along by forces so they just read headlines, and you know, how many people actually read reports? Go on, be honest. Nobody fucking does, do they? I mean, you can't really burn that because it's it'll have creosote on it, won't it? I'm just going to leave them. I did get a brass plaque that was lying around here somewhere. Added to my scrap collection. Oh, you can smell the creosote from here. Yes. The wonderful thing about, well, no, it's all the green communists, don't they? They don't like all that shit. Oh, it's, you know, it's toxic fumes and everything. They're all fucking arseholes, and if you move somewhere like here, you get these arseholes living near you. You know, like because it's a town, but it's kind of, is it a city? Oh, it's a city, but it's like it kind of feels rural. It looks rural, doesn't it? But you always get some twat, and that's NIMBYism. Something, oh, I'm going to write to the council. You know, it's like you start your car up or something. The engine's left running. Parking on the pavement. All these pathetic things. Meanwhile, our whole society is coming to an end. You know, like Western civilization. I'm going to write to the council about somebody parking their car on the pavement. You know, or a hedge or something, or a bush. Oh, fucking it's... Well, you call that Middle England, but we're in Scotland here. Is there Middle Scotland as well? Is that what it's called? Fucking numpties. Oh, I think your bike lanes are a good idea. Because they've got a bike. You know. Let's shut down the motorway and put a bike lane in it. You know, and then you look at the motorway, the bike, well, it's not a motorway anymore, it's a bike lane. And you look at it and there's nobody on it. The cyclists. It's too cold to get on your bike. You know, it's like, it's a joke. That's satire. That should be satire. Are we going to go this way? Aye. Oh, fuck. God. Branches, a tree is trying to steal the phone. Well, we'll get around there and get away home. I just thought it'd be a good idea to go out for a walk, that was all. Aye. Go on with what you're doing. Do your walk, don't worry about any other factors. You know, like the police and stuff like that. Aye. I'm pretty sure that was 2 different police cars. Well, I videoed the very first time, it was just at the end, because I didn't realise it was a police car, it was following me. It wasn't following me, it was going where I was going, and it turned round. So somebody's done something, and they're looking for somebody, which is not unusual, is it? If something's happened, you know, it's hardly unusual, you know. We came down here yesterday. We live in a benign environment. Alright, so I watched the video about Reiner. Rob Reiner. Quite a lot of Americans have German names. That sounds like a German name to me. Well, we could talk about that. Let's talk about that then. That'd be difficult for me to really talk about this without. Well, I could talk about it because I was disowned by them anyway. Well, my relatives, I mean, because we're talking about. Let's have a little talk about, oh, this is really difficult. This is incredibly difficult. Reiner, for all I know about it, I watched videos of him and his son, allegedly his son unalived him and his wife, his mother. That was his son's mother. It would be Rob's second wife, I think. I'm not sure if it is or not. It's definitely not his first wife. And looking at the guy, the son, and the father, and how he's trying to, the interviews, he's really seemed to me like he was really trying to do his best for his son, and his son was a complete fucking idiot, right? His son, I think. Well, obviously. So when you get into the realms of psychiatric, neurotic disorders, I mean, I got diagnosed with Asperger's about 15 years ago. And in this case we're talking about they've mentioned schizophrenia, so I've got a relative who's got schizophrenia. Things didn't work out very well with me and him, and it all went fucking horribly wrong. And that was just through, I never actually even, it was a long distance kind of internet type fallout. You've got that, plus you've got illegal substances. And how, so I've known people, so I'm 59, I've known people for years who will argue to the hilt that whatever it is they're doing is harmless. And this is one of the reasons, I have to be careful what I say, one of the reasons why somebody attacked me, started verbally attacking me, because I said that to that effect, that you don't know what harm it's doing to you. So I had a person who had disorders, bipolar or whatever it was, and these problems that they had, and equally they were taking substances that they shouldn't have been taking. And that was one of the main drivers for the attack on me. And this, I'm really being very careful what I say, because the thing's not actually over yet. There's no prizes for telling the truth. Telling people the truth doesn't really do you much good, for what it's worth. So you really need to probably not do it its best. So these people will fight to the death rather than admitting the reality that they're pathetic, and they depend on that shit, that they really are pathetic, and they're dependent. Well, that's why it's called they're addicts, aren't they? So you can meet people who can deny it and try and avoid it and make out that it's me that's the problem, I'm the problem. But I mean, I don't take any of that crap. At a time, a few years ago, I was susceptible to that sort of thing, and I did indulge in it slightly, but not now. The most you'll get out of me is a few pints of real ale, and that's about it. So when I watched that Rob Reiner and his son, I just thought it was tragic. Knowing, you know, when you're watching it, that, well, it looks like the son did it to them, right? It looks like that. Well, you can never, I mean, you should never really say that till, you know, the evidence has been seen and heard and whatever. But the police and the procurator fiscal, whatever it's called in, is it Los Angeles? Whatever, the DA, district attorney, seem to think he did it, so what a tragic thing. So now he's got this top lawyer. It's a weird thing, because now that they're gone, his parents are gone, so does he inherit the money from the estate to get a lawyer to defend him for doing what he did to his parents? It's weird. It is weird, right? But really what I'm talking about here is you just never really can tell with people how dangerous they actually are. And the love that that guy is, all the love that he knew for his son, he paid for it with his life. It's difficult to be hard with our children. I've had 5 children. 5. One the reason I said have is one died. That's the first one, second one gone, third one, fourth, 5th. So yeah, I suppose my youngest is my 5th child. And you know, as a parent, you have to support them, don't you? Because they're carrying your genetics, and they're taking your genetics forward into the future. And whatever you think of them, you know, because my daughter, I love her. My son, I love him, and the other 2, I love them as well. But I don't have a relationship with 2 of them, definitely. But the youngest one's the only one that I really have a decent relationship with at the moment. But you know, they're not out there to be perfect, and they're not going to be perfect. And you're responsible as a parent. But it doesn't mean to say you have to lose your life over it. Yeah, it's just insane what happened to Reiner. And in watching the videos, I think he was trying too hard. Yeah, is that what this is about? Is that what this video is about? Trying too hard. Somebody said something, it was on the BBC News this morning, this lady, they interviewed this lady, she's 100 or something, BBC News, at a care home. And she said, with your children, if you love them too much, they'll be happy. And I thought, you've reached 100 and you haven't learned that you can't quantify love. It's not too much love, it's love. Right? She hadn't learned that. So what she was actually saying was, I haven't a fucking clue, and I'm 100 and I'm still saying that shit because nobody ever questioned it. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the exact words, but it was something about love them too much, or it was quantified. It was more love than so that therefore the other person's not loving them as much as what you do, you know, or these sort of things. So you love your children, but you don't become unalived by them. And that guy, when you look at him, so is it the substances he took over the years? He's been at rehab 17 times. I'm not very understanding towards his. I'm not going to take the sort of route. Some of them are is that, you know, it was a psychosis or something. He didn't know what he was doing. I don't know. I don't actually know about that. Why you would do that. And the father, how did he get into the house? He didn't live with him, he lived in this building out with the main property. And truck. Right, so why didn't they have weapons in the US? Why didn't they have a weapon? You just shoot him or something? It's tragic, isn't it? But how did he get in there? You know, so I think that there had to have been a certain or a massive level of denial with the parents about this son of theirs, where that happened. I think that'll do for now on that topic. So I'll probably do a segment of that, but I haven't really covered it properly. It's just thoughts that are going in my head about it. I suppose what I'm talking about is our relationships with our children, yeah. And how that went horribly wrong, and it's tragic. And I'm aware that my children could actually do that to me, but was it Carl Jung? Your child has got to have the opportunity to kill the father. We'll look it up, Carl Jung. But that is not supposed to happen. It's a metaphor. Or is it a metaphor? I had problems with my third son a couple of years ago where it got heated, you know, and somebody was going to lose. It shouldn't have happened like that. I should have been a better person. I should have been looking. So this is the thing, nobody's perfect. You've got to think ahead, and you've got to be the better person. But in that case, he was trying to. He was trying to kill me, metaphorically. Maybe I should have let him. Should you let them? Are we all fighting to survive? You know, or is it? Or would you give up your life for your children? All these things. Weird, isn't it? Would you? Or are they just like anyone else? A Johnny Cash song. A boy named Sue. He finally caught up with his dad. Why did you call me Sue? Now you're gonna die. I mean, that's a brilliant song. Brilliant song. Anyway, let's get going. We'll carry on with this walk. You never know, I might see some trucks. Can you see anything? Right, let's get on with this. Fortunately, we don't really get drunk driving anymore. I don't know if that'll do that well. That segment of the video, I'll put that on the cell. I'm not sure it really will. Somehow, the gender critical, me attacking J.K. Rowling as any normal person should, seems to get a lot of views. Oh, they're defending their hero, and they're all against me. Which it kind of indicates the narcissistic nature of the narcissistic nature of YouTube. I'll wait till these cars go past and we'll launch ourselves right across the road. Sirocco! Right, is it clear? Yes it is, guys! Oh. No, it isn't. Way! Right. A Volkswagen Golf. You see it can be clear 1 minute and then not clear the next. Desk. Fiat Punto needs an exhaust. I was in the motor trade for a while. I was. I used to buy cars at the auction. I bought hundreds of cars. How many cars did I buy? Oh, yeah, hundreds. Yeah, it was so much simpler back then. You know, you didn't have to plug anything in. And all that stuff that they put in cars, they like con you into thinking it's to make things easy. It doesn't make things easy. It just fucking doesn't. It makes everything impossible. That's what it does. They make things fucking highly impossible. Fuck. Porsche. Why? Can you see it? No. Quite nice driving around in a Porsche like that. With a nice petrol engine. None of your fucking electric crap. And so they went and destroyed it. The motor industry was so simple back then. You know, it was such a dawdle. You got yourself, you know, like a Vauxhall Cavalier or something, and you could go anywhere with a Vauxhall Cavalier, you know. I mean, you could sit 100, 120, you know. Oh, fuck, the laces have had it. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh shit, this is not good. Well, that's definitely time for a new pair of boots, because they're a bit knackered as it is. Oh no. Yeah, so it's the Cavalier Sierra. I think the Cavalier was a better car than the Ford Sierra. It was just more. Sierra somehow wasn't quite right. You know, it wasn't. Whereas Cavalier was. And then they brought out the Vauxhall Vectra, which was like a sort of case of we need to change it rather than improve it. It wasn't really an improvement, or was it? It was a different design, a different style. It was a corporate development rather than a creative sort of interesting, intelligent design. You know, it wasn't that. It just wasn't. It just freaking wasn't, guys. Right, so we're at 42 minutes. And as you can see, and there ain't any trains, nothing, trucks, nothing. Nothing. Just Boxing Day people floating around. You just never know who's around, so you gotta be careful. You know, you do. A Hyundai Santa Fe, yeah. My pal down the borders had one. I suppose I don't know if he's still got it, or if it's away at the scrapyard in Skye. Probably. Right, which way are we going? We're going to cross over and go back, or we're going to keep going? There is a path you can take up here. It's not very pleasant walking up here. It's like this all the way. I have done it before. I have done it. It's not really great. Hey, Nissan. Oh, they're all at home. Oh God, that's Skeoch Farm, isn't it? It's like, I suppose there's a lot of different people living there, so they've probably split the whole place up and sold all the housing off to middle class types. I would think, yeah, if that makes sense to you. Middle class, well, yeah, it's like, it doesn't look like a farm worker that's living there, does it? Because they don't have like a gazebo. No, that's not a gazebo. It's a fucking conservatory. You clown. There's a taxi there. So we could. But that means you're not going to go under a Thunder Bridge. Go along that way. It's a way up and round. It's a way up and round that corner. You can go right along, and it takes you sort of. That would be the way you'd walk to Helen. Takes you away that way past the old mine working, the railway infrastructure for Mill Hall Colliery. No, we're not going to do that just now. We're going to go back home. So we're going to look at the sign and then cross over the road. No trucks. No. Right, we're going to cross over. Oh, it's a doddle crossing over today. The trains and the trucks, nothing. Is that just a bag that's there? I did wonder about that yesterday. What is it? Something to do with workers that they've just left. Right, let's get back home, guys. There's nothing happening today. Nothing happening. There's nothing. No trains. It'll be a very limited service. Yeah. I don't suppose people are going to want to travel on Boxing Day, are they? Really? Well, they might want to go home on Boxing Day, yeah. If they're starting work again. This is Friday. This is Friday, of course. God, this is this is Friday. And ordinarily I'd be setting off to go to the car boot. There isn't any that's on. There isn't any on. I need to find out if there's one on Sunday. So I think I probably won't bother drinking today. I'm not entirely sure. I might, but I'm not sure. I might have a couple of pints later. Yeah, I might have them later, maybe in the evening or something. But if you want to have a good Christmas and you're on your own, just go to Wetherspoons and just drink. Well, if you like alcohol, that is. Just sit there and you don't have to drink alcohol. Sit into Wetherspoons. They're open from 11 until 3 on Christmas Day. And I didn't need to go there because I was at, what was it called again? Kerse. Is it the Kerse? It's part of the Green King. Green King owns it. That was it. Near Stirling, Albion. Stirling, Albion. What is in that? Is that sand? Aye. If you want some sand for your sand pit, there it is. Stirling, Albion, yeah. I forget what it's called. Is it Forth something? Oh, fuck knows. Everything's called Forth something here. Everything is. Everything's called that. Do you know, I feel a wee bit like sort of exposed because was that a pavement or something? Because it's quiet, so you know you are more vulnerable, I think I would say. Aye. Because it was really, you do still get numpties that'll do anything. You can never account for numptiness. No, I don't think we'll bother going under the Thunder Bridge. I think we'll just go home. I think that's what we're going to do. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Let's just go home, guys. We've had a wee chat, we've done a wee video, tried to do a wee bit of a piece about the tragedy of Reiner. Tragic events. These are real people, you know. I know they're super. What the fuck's that? Oh, is that moles? Yeah, I think so. The tragic events. What, doing a go around? Yeah. So, are they going to do a go around again? Aye, they are. So, I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a mole catcher. Why did they go around twice? I could have said I was a m I don't know. So we're at 50 minutes. How can a mole, like, chuck it on the side of the road like that? That's impressive, isn't it? Isn't it? Why don't we, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll go back this way. We'll go back either the way we came or over the gate. That's what we'll do. That's what I've decided. There's just nothing really to do, is there? There's no trucks. I find doing the videos without trucks is just really strange. You can have a look at the road surface, because it's quiet. Oh, they've done a nice job with that, haven't they? Oh, this would maybe be my opportunity to walk around the roundabout. It's not that quiet, is it? It's not that quiet. It's not that fucking quiet. See, it's getting hammered. So, what you want to look at tar for? Tar's just tar. Something is coming. Right, so that's all replaced. That's all replaced. Yeah, it's all been tarred. They didn't tar all of it, did they? That's not new, is it? They just tarred half the roundabout. Yeah. Somebody's chucked their thingy away. It's quite tidy in here. Now, oh no, it was. Oh, there's a tree fell down here. Photograph time. This would be the good time to come get your wood when it's, or maybe wood it. Oh, is this a bus? Is this a truck we've got? Is it? It's a first. It's not an Arctic though, is it? It's a truck. It's a bin lorry. No, it's not. It's EnviroClean. Oh well. It's the closest we've got to an Arctic. Right, we're getting off of here. Tins and everything here. So there's a new surface. Look how wonderful it is. So lovely and tarry. We're going this way. This way. That's what we're doing. Somebody said what I was doing seemed a bit odd. Does it? Why? Because it's out of the ordinary, that's why. It's out of the ordinary. It's not normal. Oh. How do you do videos? I mean, look how long it's taken me to get where I'm at. It was 6,400. It's been a slow process. I'm doing it the hard way, just by doing it. You know, yeah, you can have better ideas. Yeah, you can do it better. Yeah, I'm useless compared to your mate or DJ audits, PJ audits. One thing is in life, try not to sell your soul to the devil. We all do it. We've all done it. Nobody totally avoids it. So what I've decided to do is go back the way that we came down, where we started. Can you remember where we started? I can't actually remember where it was. I think it was up. I was up the top. It was on the field, wasn't it? The police. The police came round. That's where we started. Yep. Yippity doo da. Yippity day. Whoa, that must be close. Is that close? The birds are singing, the trees, they're all getting on with their lives. I try to talk sense about safe spaces and stuff, but people don't want to hear sense. They want to make up their own crap. Just think that's where we would have come out. They want to make up their own stuff. They don't want the truth. Nobody wants the truth. So what are you going to... Oh, we've still got some of that soup left actually. Do you know, I'm going to feel so much better now when I go for my breakfast. Because I've had this invigorating walk. I'm going to feel... Do you know, I got up at 5 this morning. You know, I might have a bottle of Newcastle brown ale for my breakfast. That means that you won't be driving anywhere. Well, maybe it does. We could go down the wood and then turn left onto the path and go back to where we started. There's going to be a problem here, isn't there? Oh shit. So this guy said he thought it was satire until he's seen me. Now what I find weird about that is the actual thumbnail shows me. So he says, I thought it was satire until you turned around. What he was saying was, I thought you were a man, and then I just realised you were one of them. That's what he was meaning. But I think he was doing it in a reasonable way. So, you know, it is satire. It is. It is. It is a psychiatric condition, what I've got. I think the main reason for it, cause, is identity problems. Being abused and you fucked your identity up. Well, they did. Who did? Well, they did. Ah! Just grabbed a thorny bush. They did. It was them. It was them that did it. It was them. It was them that did it. No doubt I'll get accused of the same thing with my children. Yeah, I already have. There's always someone out to get, oh, let's talk about the Conservative councillor who has been charged with RAPE, drugging, along with, I think, is it 5 of them altogether? Males, RAPE, sexual offences, etc, etc, etc. Now, I'm really suspicious of that, because they're, well, I mean, it goes without saying they're getting divorced, but how could you go through that for 13 years? Given, well, Lisa's going away again. Given the rights and freedoms women have got in this country, why would you put up with that for 13 years? I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. I'll get called a misogynist. This is why you really need to, avoid that type of thing, that type of activity. I mean, what I mean is kinky sex. Because I reckon that woman is just having second thoughts, is a bit of an understatement. She's out for all she can get. She hates him, she's going to put him in jail, and she'll probably get away with it. A Conservative councillor from down Wiltshire or something, down that way. So what I think, all these things, so there's no getting away from it now, it's really difficult. I mean, I don't have to bother with that sort of thing. But at one time, you're fucked every way you go about this, because you get married and have a partner, stick with her or him or whatever. That doesn't necessarily mean that's going to work, because you get fucked over, right? So if you end up having these sex sessions with people, it's not going to work either, because you're going to look what I've done. I think that's what that is. Do you think it's? I think that's what it is. I'm pretty certain it is. When you get these types of things happening, same thing happened to Alex Salmond. Does that mean people don't get RAPED? No, of course it doesn't mean that. I just don't get how you could be with someone for 13 years. Now you're going for a divorce. Or maybe I just don't know enough about it, and I'm just looking at the headlines. And I'm one of the few people that's actually speaking out against it. Whereas everybody's going, oh, they're saying that they haven't been convicted. They've only been, give them a chance. It looks like they will, right? They're pretty sure they're going to end up paying somehow or another jail for 7 years or something. So that's that case. It's strange. But drugs as well, illegal stuff, avoid it like the plague. I mean, how could you like the first time that happened, you would go to the police in the morning, wouldn't you? I just don't believe it. I think there's a liar there. There's lies, cheating and lying. It just suits her to do that now. And the system, it's even worse in Scotland actually, is set up against the man, the males. So you think, well, I'll just go and get a prostitute. Well, think again. That's not a good idea either. So they're trying to make it, it's weird. They're restricting all that. Yeah, it's strange. It's strange what's happening. You get some nutters in Scotland as well. These that wee nutty woman, Forbes. She's like a wee free or something, a nasty little bitch. A man hater. They're not good for anyone. These people. They're getting money off the British government for spreading shit and making up stupid laws. Right, well that's enough I can say about that one. So let's get back to squirrel spotting. Squirrel spotting. Yeah. You see any squirrels? Oh shit. They're tangled up. Tangled. There's loads of squirrels. There's hundreds of them around. How are we doing for time? Oh, I don't know. I don't actually know. Oh, I don't know. So what have we got to, oh shit. What have we got to do today? Well, we've got the stuff floating around my mind. I need to write, I think it's time we wrote a list. There's chainsawing to be done. There's a blue car to get down the end of the drive and get rid of it. Sell it. Why'd you have to get down the end of the drive to do that? Well, that's true. Well, take some pictures of it. Maybe take it for a drive, do a video. It's got half a tank of diesel in it. Oh shit. I've got the living room's, I've got to paint that wall in the living room, and I was looking at it last night and I thought, when are you going to do this? You know, get on with it. You know? But the main thing that's crossing my mind right now is, you know, we don't really have to go back to where we started this video. We don't. It doesn't have to be like that, people. Doesn't it? It doesn't, it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. It doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't. Doesn't. I feel that I've overstayed my welcome in this video, but let's have a look and see what it is. Where's my glasses? It's an hour and 8 minutes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, branches and all sorts. Oh yeah. Alright. Oh yeah, I like dogs as well, yeah. Oh yeah.
Lizzie, come on, don't jump up.
Are they full up after having Christmas dinner? Right, so right. Oh, nearly. This is like a better chance of seeing wildlife, I suppose. Except, there's branches getting in the way. I like dogs as well. What a stupid thing to say. Of course I do. Birds. The birds! The birds! Can you see that branch? Oh, it's up high. No, it's not quite as high as that. Oh, no. Not quite as high. I do sort of worry a wee bit that a branch pushes it out of the clip and breaks it. Because it would break falling from that height. And it'd be time for a new phone. That is weird. That tree. It's weird. So the pints I was drinking yesterday were called Level Head. Level Head, yeah, they were good. Level Head. Oh aye. I was just getting I was getting an aftertaste there. Is what I was getting. Oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna have to pull it down, or else. Yeah. How are we gonna get that up to the house? That log. Drag it up with my Land Rover. Chainsaw it. It's already been seasoned, isn't it? That one's probably too far gone. If you started, some stupid woman would probably report you. Oh, you think you see me? Even if you did something like cut this one here and they got it out of the way of the public, they still complain about it, wouldn't they? Oh, what's this? I have to take it to a tree sanctuary or something. Right, so we're at the end, guys. This is the end, my friend. This is the end, my friend. This is the end. It's funny how are we constantly at war? You know, like, people pray so that you get a sense. I mean, even I do it. Like, if you see somebody that looks like they're going to batter fuck at you, you might not, you know, you might not be so brave. You know? So it's a weird thing having a camera equipment. I mean, we've had camera equipment for years. I was watching I think on the BBC, this photographer had died, and he was going around in public just taking photographs of people, but he had some, see, I don't really have that way about me to talk to people that much, plus with the confusion, so I don't really have that patter, you know, so then, guys, so thanks for coming along to this video. I'm going to be home now. So thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and we'll get you in the next video. Bye. Try not to take anything I say seriously.